I don't want to tempt fate because it is Glasgow after all, but it is a beautiful spring afternoon here at the home of the champions. Brendan Rodgers and the squad are ready for the visit of Motherwell, and you can see the game live, of course, here on Celtic TV. Kieran Tierney back in the squad this afternoon. We're delighted to see him back in action. We'll give you the full team lineup in just a second. A few changes Brendan Rodgers has made this afternoon. Kick-off 3 o'clock Celtic Park time. I'm delighted to say we're in the company this afternoon of former Celtic player and of course current head of academy scouting, Willie McStay. Willie, a pleasure to have you. What do you make of this one this afternoon? You could say the two in-form teams going head to head.
We were just talking about that earlier, like the run of results that Celtic's going just now. We're really in form. Motherwell, that's 6, I think it is, straight victories in a row as well coming into this game. So we've got two teams feeling confident about themselves. And you look at the pitch and the day that you mentioned, it's everything to be a good performance, a good game, and obviously 5 points, the gap now, and hopefully after today we'll be back to 8.
Yeah, 5 points clear. We're looking for another 3 this afternoon to take it back to 8. Let's have a look at the starting 11 that Brendan Rodgers has selected this afternoon. It is Scott Bain in goal, a back four of Jullien, Boyata, Ayer and Kieran Tierney back in the starting 11, and captaining the side this afternoon, of course, Scott Brown suspended after being sent off at Rugby Park. Near Beaton comes back into the starting 11, James Forrest, Ewan Henderson for his first competitive start, Ryan Christie, Scott Sinclair and Odsonne Edouard up front. On the bench for Celtic, Gordon, Hendry, Hayes, Lustig, Burke, Weah and Mikey Johnson. First of all, Willie, Kieran Tierney, he's been out for a long time. We know he's been desperate to get back in. We knew the manager was going to use today's game to bring him back, and lo and behold, because Scott Brown suspended, Mikael Lustig on the bench, he gets the armband. Good to see him back.
Yeah, fantastic. I think we've all been eagerly awaiting the return of Kieran back into the side. I think it'll give the crowd a lift as well to see him. He's got that great affection with the support as well, but it's what he gives to the team. There'll be a drive, an energy, and everything he does is wholehearted. So great to see him back in good time as well. We've had great results, but to see Kieran come back in, I think it gives the whole team a lift.
Yeah, all credit to Isa Geary and Johnny Hayes who have filled in KT's absence. But just a bit more specifically, Willie, what does he bring to the side that perhaps the others don't?
Well, attacking for him is outstanding, the quality, but his tenacity, and probably out of the two boys that you've mentioned prior there, they've done really well, but Kieran's defensive game is a lot stronger as well. You're getting into a run of games now which we're looking at the championship, we're looking for a treble, so his experience now as well, he's one of the best left backs in Britain. They always talk about Robertson, Tierney. We've got two great Scottish left backs at the one time, but Kieran's been absolutely magnificent. And
I'm sure from an academy perspective, Willie, you must be absolutely delighted to see the progression of young Ewan Henderson, and he gets his first competitive start this afternoon. How proud are you of him?
Well, I think the whole academy will be delighted for him to get a start. I think the Celtic supporters have seen fleeting moments of him when he's come on off the bench and performed well. He's a talented lad, very technical player, and looking at the way the team might shape up today, he might be the loose player playing in the number 10 role, and they'll be looking for him to thread the balls from Forrest and Edouard as well, the runs that he makes. So hopefully Ewan will be able to do that. But technically he'll be fine in the game, and just hope that the occasion that he takes that in his stride as well. It's a big day for him, and everybody at the academy will be delighted. But what I also like is the manager brings the boys through, but he brings them through when they've earned the right to play, and that's most important.
Yeah, so no room for sentiment.
No,
he doesn't
not here anyway.
Already. No, absolutely.
Not
well, actually, talking about the manager, let's hear from Brendan Rodgers. He's with John Ledwith.
Brendan, thanks for joining us pre-match. Start with the team selection this afternoon. A number of changes. What can you tell us about those and the reasons behind them?
We've obviously got a couple of our players injured and suspended. So Callum got a tight calf, so we just need to see how that is after his scan. Brownie's obviously injured. This was always the game that Kieran was targeted to come in. So yeah, and obviously Oliver Burke's played in 2 out of the 3 sort of games, so it's important. Like I've said before, when he came in, you can't go from playing hardly any football into playing 3 times a week, or else you risk that element of injury with the players. So this gives Hodgson a chance to come in, and then if we need to use Oliver from the bench, that's what we'll look at doing.
It's a big afternoon in the middle of the park for different reasons. For Nir Beaton returning from a serious injury, and for young Ewan Henderson, a fantastic chance for him this afternoon.
Yeah, for Nair, he's got great experience. He's come on in some of the games. He's been training very hard, and now he's ready to start, which is good. He really can control the game from behind. And then young Ewan's a young player that has impressed me. So I think with young players, you've got to be able to put them in and give them a chance. And with Callum out, this is a perfect opportunity.
Come up against the Motherwell side in Forum. Forum sides have come here before, and it has taken us to another level. Do you hope that there'll be a similar response today to the challenge that's ahead?
Yeah, I just think it's continuing with a good form. We played well in the week, didn't quite get the result. But obviously we come here today, we know it's going to be a challenge. Motherwell, like you say, playing very well in terms of the results. And they'll come here, young players with no fear, looking to get a result. So for us, it's just about being focused and concentrated, and if we can do that, we know we can score goals and hopefully take the 3 points.
Good luck today, Brendan.
Pleasure, thank you.
Let's hope Callum McGregor's injury isn't too serious. We always like to see Callum in that midfield. With Callum out though and Ewan Henderson coming in, is he a similar type of player to Callum, or does he bring something different, really?
He's got similar qualities to a degree. Very technical player, great awareness. He can play one touch, two touch, but also he can carry the ball. And the one thing he has got, he's got the ability to play the penetrating passes. He can pick it out of pass, he can see it. He's got good weight of pass as well. So in that final third, I think that's where he can open up some chances for us, especially with the three front players that we've got. They'll make good runs off the ball. Ewan will be able to see that and hopefully deliver it today. But you go back to Callum. Callum's been magnificent, and you see how he's developed as a footballer. He's one of the best midfield players that's going about at our level anyway. And Ewan covers the ground well athletically. He'll do well, but every month, every period of time, he gets stronger and stronger. He's been thinly built, but he's getting stronger now. And what happens is when the manager takes him up to train with the first team, they gain that confidence, they gain the experience, and it sharpens the game up. So I'm sure he's in the team today because the manager thinks he's ready.
There's a lot of young boys watching on intently to the careers of the likes of McGregor and Forrest and Tierney and now Henderson coming through the academy. You know, in your position, heading up the sort of talent scouting for the academy, what is it you look for with young boys? Let's say young boys coming through 7, 8, 9 years old. Is it about being the best footballer, or do you look for sort of specific qualities?
Well, to be honest, Jerry, it's ages and stages. The quote that's used all the time. At the lower level of the academy, we're looking for technical players that like to go and win the ball. They've got a competitive instinct to them. Athleticism comes with them, but what we have to do, if we can identify the talent at a younger age group, we've got to give it time. Now, if a kid's talented at 11, 12-year-old, there's so many things between 13 and 16 that deviate from, especially the physicality, the way they get through the maturation years as well. So if the ability's there, we keep with them, and hopefully at 16 years, stroke 17, everything comes together again. Their athleticism, they're getting more power, they're becoming a young man, and the talent, if it's been nurtured correctly, will always be there. In terms of the scouting, we're looking for little gaps that we might have to fill, bringing somebody in from Ireland, north or south, or England. We brought Armstrong Oakleflex in the summer of last year. There's been a fantastic addition to us as well. But the talent we've got within the system, we give it the first go. We give them the first chance.
Karamoko Dembele's one that's hitting the headlines. Became a bit of a YouTube sensation as a very young boy. We now know he's turned 16. He's now eligible to play for league football for the reserves, and he wants to play for the first team. Everyone talks about him. Armstrong Oakleflex, you mentioned, came into the squad last week. On Karamoko, we know he's still developing as a man and as a footballer, but how good is he? How good can he be?
Well, he's had a weight on his shoulders since he was about 8, 9 year old. Everybody knew his name, as you said, like the footage that's went about, and everybody knows he's a talented footballer. I actually was down in England last week watching a tournament between England, France, Brazil and Norway, and Karamoko played against France and against Brazil. And his first performance, he wanted to show what he could do in the ball. His second performance against Brazil, I think he wanted to show the Brazilians how well he could play. His game was perfect, he mixed his game up. So at his level, very, very talented. And he's been given little platforms here at the club as well, little incentives to move up. And we just have to wait on him. There's a talent there. Physically, we have to wait. But again, maturity. If he's training with the first team, he'll gain that experience as well. I think the academy and obviously the manager as well has nurtured him very, very well so far. He sets himself high standards, and when he does reach these standards, he's terrific to watch. A really talented boy.
Well, happy birthday to Karamoku, who turned 16 on Friday. On the same day as Ryan Christie turned 24 and Timothy Weah turned at 19. We'll have a tribute to our birthday boys in a few moments. Right now, though, let's look back at that last league victory, that late winner for Scott Brown that gave us the 3 points at Rugby Park.
Space in the centre circle, it's switched across and the Belgians get time to surge forward. He's got Jullien and Forrest out wide on that right hand side, gives it to the German. He's forced to play it back under pressure from Jones, but good play from Bayat again. He took 2 men out of the play there, and suddenly Celtic down this right hand side, back inside to McGregor, inside right channel, Forrest out wide. Forrest flips it on towards Jullien again, back to Forrest into the box, plays it across to Odsonne Edouard on his left foot, just wide of the left hand post. He spun and it trundled wide, backman at full stretch, but goal kick first. Good move from Celtic. This is Christie under pressure from O'Donnell. He's dispossessed and suddenly it's Kilmarnock on the attack now. O'Donnell, edge of the box. Christie tries to battle back and goes to power. He's got Jones out wide. Feeds it to Jones. Jones into the box. Dances over the ball. Cuts it back. Looked like a handball there. There's the balls in the back of the net, but it was already disallowed by Bobby Madden. I think it was McElhaney had already handled it there, and it's gone behind. Well, it's a free kick to Celtic, thankfully, but that came from Ryan Christie getting dispossessed, and was frustration there, I think, from the manager.
Yeah, it was a really good piece of counter-attack there from Kilmarnock.
Look at the pace of Buck. Played through to him, still Buck. It wasn't the best ball from Forrest because he had to check his pace there. I think he'll be disappointed with that. Oof, that's a late challenge there by Buck, by Broadfoot. And at the very least that's a yellow card, but I think he's, yeah, well, I don't think he can have any complaints because that boot was high there by Kurt Broadfoot. Well, we have seen late drama in the past. We spoke about Tom Rodgers' wonder goal that won it 1-0. The ball's knocked forward, looking for Weah. Takes a first touch, is exquisite. Bayev tries to flick it, well, it was such a tight angle. And it's a corner kick. Callum McGregor with the delivery in the last 60 seconds. Fires it across the far side, looking for Boyate. Heads it back, it's a chance for Brown. It's gone into the net! Scott Brown has scored! What a magnificent strike! It took a deflection. The Brunei again, and Celtic into injury time, and they're leading by a goal to 0. Scott Brown's shot took a deflection. Oh, Scott Brown was red carded.
Yes, sometimes it's about grinding out results. Of course, that's the reason why Celtic currently sitting 5 points clear. Also the reason why Scott Brown's not in the side this afternoon. But Willie, I'm sure he would take his absence this afternoon in order to score that goal there.
Oh yeah, it's a vital goal for us. And the latter part of the game we were pushing and like trying to get the breakthrough, and it comes out a goal like that as well. You've seen the celebrations. It meant so much to obviously Scott and to the club as well to get the 3 points, especially with Rangers dropping points the day before. So fantastic goal and a big goal for us, and hopefully it keeps us going today as well. Today's game's another one where you take care of these games at home, it moves you on another step towards the title.
Yeah, because it's all credit to Steve Clarke, because the Rugby Park fixture has become one of the fixtures that the players don't really look forward to. Yes, there's an issue with the surface, but Kilmarnock have been performing so well, especially at home.
Between people talk about the surface, it does help them, they're used to it, but the way he sets up his team, it's like a 4-4-2, very small distances between the players, it's hard to break down, and when they break, they've got a real threat as well, so they've got talented boys there. So there'll not be too many teams go there, Jerry, and win this year, so it's a big win for us.
In the centre of defence this afternoon, Christopher Ayer and Dedrick Boyata. Ayer, of course, getting much more game time in the starting 11. 3 years ago this week, he first signed for Celtic, so we thought what better a time than to go and catch up with him for an exclusive chat at Lennoxtown.
So, Chris, 3 years as a Celt, first of all, does it feel like 3 years you've been here? Obviously there was a time in Kilmarnock, but overall successful here?
Yeah, it's been 3 fantastic years here in Celtic to be able to play under such a massive club, learn from the gaff and the staff here, and obviously the fantastic dressing room we got as well. So it's just been 3 years that I've been really enjoying, and really looking forward to the next period here in Celtic.
And you marked 3 years by playing against Kilmarnock, you know, a team that you've played for. First of all, it was a tough win, wasn't it?
Yeah, we knew it would be really, really tough, especially at Rugby Park. They are a really well-organised team, and they always give you a real go. And you know, if you're not up for the physical battle there, then you might end up losing the game. So yeah, just really satisfied with the win and the 3 points.
You touched on the physicality there. It was quite a feisty game. When Kilmarnock went down to 10 men, did that give you guys an extra boost going into the last period of the game?
Yeah, I think that always changed a little bit off the game. Kilmarnock had to drop back a little bit more, and we got more time on the ball as well, but we really had to fight to the last second, and even after our goal, Kilmarnock put everyone in front of our goal, and that makes it a little bit more intense, but luckily we managed to keep the clean sheet. And
to roll the time back, 3 years then, when you first heard that a club like Celtic were interested, how did that feel, and what was the process like? How did you find out?
No, first of all, I was over here doing some training and really seeing the facilities, and I've always known about the massive club as Celtic, but to really come over and see how big it was mind-blowing for me too. And to get the opportunity to sign for this club was really, I felt really honoured and proud to sign, and especially to renew my contract in the summer this year was a really proud moment for me and my family.
Did you speak to anyone beforehand, maybe like Stefan Johansson, who also, you know, a Norwegian playing for Celtic? Did you sound anyone out?
Yeah, I spoke to Stefan obviously before coming here and when I was here as well that week for training, and he was only positive about the club, really talking about how the fans are at Celtic Park, how tough we're training and how good it would be for me to come here and develop. So no, it was just really positive.
And during your time in Kilmarnock as well, and here, you have played in different positions. You know, you sometimes stepped into midfield. So did you always see yourself as a central defender, or did you maybe, when you in your younger days, play further forward?
No, I always knew that I would become a centre-half, but I found it better for my development to play midfield as long as I could. But as soon as I came to Celtic, I had a really good talk with the manager, and we both agreed that my future was as a centre-half. So it was obviously a period where I had to learn the role, learn how to play it, but now I really feel as a centre-half, yeah.
What have you learned most since you came to Celtic about playing centre-back?
I think there was I had to learn more about the positioning and everything. So, but I've had obviously the managers helped me a lot, but also the coaching staff has been fantastic. Working with them every single day after training, learning the bits of defending was important. So that's mainly the biggest thing I've developed here.
Something that you were able to add to your resume this year was your first goal for Celtic against Saduva. What do you remember most about that night, and what did it feel like to score?
No, to be fair, I've been thinking about that moment for a long time now. To score at Celtic Park, for me, it's the biggest stadium you can play at, and to score a goal there was a great experience for me, and especially with my family in the stands. So that was a huge moment for me. Yeah.
And 2018 also brought about your first caps for Norway, and you played against Tom Rogic when you played against Australia. So how proud were you just to represent your national team?
No, when you're a young boy, you dream of to play for your country, and to represent my country already 6 times has been a really proud achievement for me already. So every time you put on the Norwegian flag, you're really proud of that, and it's the same as playing for Celtic.
Christopher Ayer there speaking to Celtic TV's Ryan Rowe. I suppose, Chris, Willie is one of those players that you were talking about who will get his chance when he's ready for his chance, and the manager has kept an eye on him over the last few years, and he's becoming much more of a mainstay in the team now.
Yes, when you look back to when he came to the club, he probably came as a midfield player, and he's had to learn a new position, to play. The one thing he's got is great physical attributes in terms of his size, his presence. He's a great athlete, and he's quick as well. So for the modern centre-back area, he fits the bill. And what he'll be doing now, he'll be becoming educated in that position as well. He's had to learn the game, tactically, in possession, out of possession, and to play in this Celtic side. You're defending high up the pitch, so the defensive line is closer towards the halfway line rather than sitting deep. So for that point of view, he's got the legs to get in behind and recover. It's about his positioning now and learning how to play the units that Celtic play with advanced fullbacks as well. So it's something that he has to do, is to learn that side of the game. And I think you can see with the manager, the amount of times he's brought him back into the team after being out for different periods. He's got faith in him and he knows he's improving, and I think that's what you could say about Christopher. He's still improving in that position, but some of his performances as well, while he's learning, have been excellent.
And of course, having just signed an extension to his deal, and we know Dedrick Boyata's contract's up at the end of the season. Filip Benkovic, of course, only on loan until the end of the season. Christopher Ayer is someone who could play a big part over the next few seasons.
Yeah, he will. He's already playing a big part for the club, Jerry, but going forward, depending on what happens this summer, and he keeps developing, he could be a mainstay of the back, the central defence anyway. Yeah.
Looking forward to this one then. Let me just run through the starting 11 if you've just joined us. It's Scott Bain in goal, Jeremy Jullien, Dedrick Boyata, Christopher Ayer, Kieran Tierney back in the side, and captaining Celtic this afternoon, Nir Beaton, James Forrest, Ewan Henderson, Ryan Christie, Scott Sinclair and Odsonne Edouard. It's Celtic against Motherwell in the Ladbrokes SPFL Premiership. Willie and I will be back at half-time to take you through the best of the first 45. Before we go to your commentary team this afternoon, Jerry McDade and Tom Boyd, let's pay tribute to the three boys who celebrated their birthdays on Friday.
Birthday wishes, of course, to Ryan Christie, Timo Weah and Karamoko Dembele from us up in the gantry here at Celtic Park for the premier match in Scotland this weekend between the informed teams in this division. Motherwell, of course, 6 wins on the bounce in the league, Celtic 8 in League and Cup. This is going to be a fascinating afternoon, and to make any sense of it all, I'm joined, of course, by the legend that is Mr. Tom Boyd. Tom, good afternoon.
I don't know about that, Jerry. I'll try and explain some certain things. Yes, really looking forward to this game. My two old teams in Scotland. coming together, and hopefully there'll be one outcome with the green and white hoops victorious once again. We have an impeccable record here in domestic football, and we want to continue that. We want to make sure that doesn't stop here. A few changes are made in the game today, interesting changes, but no matter what team we play, we should still be good enough to beat a Motherwell team here at Celtic Park.
Yeah, a big day for the Henderson family. Ewan Henderson making his competitive Celtic debut. And of course, let's not forget, Nurbiton hasn't played, I'd rather hasn't started a match since December 2017, and he comes on to the game today. But above all, Kieran Tierney leads Celtic out for the first time as captain in a league game.
Yeah, a magnificent honour for Kieran, and I've no doubt it won't be the last time that he'll do it here for Celtic. He is an absolute wonderful, a key player to us. You've seen how we've missed him when he's been missing, and he is back here with fully fit, and obviously be game manager, seeing how the game will go and how his fitness is. But yeah, he's somebody who's been key to why we have done so well, and he's got Celtic at heart as well.
Now, Motherwell, Tom, haven't changed much from the side last week. They beat Hearts. Well, we did with that last-minute goal. James Scott comes in for Curtis Main. That the only change. The boy's only 18. He'll be leading the line. How do you think this one's going to go this afternoon?
Celtic will dominate possession, dominate the game as they have done in every single game. Obviously, the talk will be, will Motherwell sit and defend, or will they come out and have a go? They've been coming out and having a go at every other place that they've played it so far and done ever so well. But this is a different kettle of fish coming here to Celtic Park against the champions, against the quality players that they've got. Missing a couple, but there's players coming in, will take that opportunity. You know, they've got to show the manager they want to be in the starting line-up, and so young Henderson, Near Bitton, guys like that who haven't been used frequently are going to come in here and give themselves hopefully give themselves a good opportunity of staking a claim for the first team, which that's what the manager wants.
And a really strong bench as well. You've got the chance to bring Ollie Burke or Timo Way into Johnny Hayes. He might feel a wee bit unfortunate, Tom. I thought he was one of our better players on Thursday night.
Well, they all did ever so well. Got a little bit of pride back for a European game, and Johnny was instrumental in that in terms of the way he bombed up and down that left-hand side. But Kieran is our number one choice left back. He is far better than Johnny at left back. Johnny doesn't. He'll play there like a lot of players. He'll play for the cause. He'll play for the jersey, he'll play for the team, and he'll play anywhere for that for our manager. So, and Kieran's the same, but Kieran is our first choice left back, and it's right that he should come back into the starting lineup.
And you're a man who's made a debut for Celtic. What will be going through you and Henderson's mind at the moment?
Honestly, you'll be so excited. And I was a lot older than by the time I got here. I was about 24 by the time I got here to Celtic Park. So I was an experienced campaigner. I had a lot of experience. But what a dream it is for you, and as it had been for Kieran previously, Callum McGregor, James Forrest, all these guys, so we're looking forward to it today.
Superb moment for Kieran Tierney as he leads the Hoops out onto the pitch for the first time in a league encounter. It's a good crowd here at Celtic Park. It's a beautiful day for a game of football. Let's hope the football lives up to the billing.
Well, you're talking about having a wonderful crowd. What a wonderful family we have, a Celtic family. There's Frank, who's with the Wonder Boys, and going to climb Kilimanjaro for the Celtic Foundation. I hope you wish you all the very best, boys. Good luck.
That's fantastic. Kilimanjaro, where is that?
It's in Africa.
I wasn't expecting any more than that, Tom. Fantastic work for Celtic FC Foundation, of course.
Listen, yes, I'm privy to the work that so many wonderful supports that would not take place, that we would not have a foundation but for the support and the kind of things that they achieve and what they strive to do, with the core values of the club at heart. So long may it continue, and I hope Frank and the lads reach the top and have a wee sip of something once they reach the top.
So they should. Brendan Rodgers shaking the hand of Stephen Robinson and applauding the crowd as he looks around the stadium. This is going to be quite an afternoon. I think it's going to be a fascinating encounter. You're quite right, Tom. It really depends on how Motherwell will decide to play. If they sit back, Celtic will go at them anyway.
Well, we've been used to that. It's refreshing to see Hibs come here and have a go. Although they fell short, and I think for the crowd really appreciated another team coming having a go. And we'll wait and see. We will tell within a few moments whether that will be the case for Motherwell here.
Motherwell have brought a sizable support, presumably confident on the run they've had. Surprised loss in the Cup to Ross County, but other than that, it's been 100% all the way in the league for them.
Yeah, I would say a little bit fortuitous to win the game against Hearts. I thought a draw would have been the right result, but you take a shot. We've done it so many times. Scott Brown's shot done at Kilmarnock where we won the game. So hopefully we will get not need the benefit of luck in a game like this today.
Missing Scott Brown today, of course. The captain's role goes to Kieran Tierney. He's in the huddle. He's giving the boys the advice they want to hear. Huge roar coming up for the crowd as the Celts prepare to go about their business, and it's Odsonne Edouard who will get us underway. Celtic shooting from left to right from the main stand as we look down, just looking at the formation there, just to see Nurbiton. You're right, Tommy seems to be